I've very well been coding for the past 3+ years, 3.5 you could say, getting my knowledge down, and my dog is whining. I'm fully self-taught, and I'd say I know about 5 languages now. Lua U, Python, Go, C++, and JavaScript, 5 languages. I said it off the top of my head. While I've made some pretty decent progress, there are some things that I just haven't done right. And especially, there are things that I would never do ever again if I could start over. So what exactly could these things be? Well, don't worry, we're about to cover that in today's video. Make sure you watch to the end because ball knowledge is being shared right now. This is very valuable, you know, it's just between me and you. So make sure you drop a like, subscribe. What's going on, guys? Max Syntax here. Let's get right to it. We are going over the things that I would most definitely never do again because, you know, they're terrible for your coding journey. Guys, my dog. Hey, buddy. Look. Right there. Oh my God, bro. The very first thing that I would do is have an understanding of what you're actually doing. This is aside from the comp sci principles, you know, getting your control flow, getting your print statements, your object-oriented programming, your functional programming, different languages, memory. Yeah, we all know how to do this stuff, but what about the actual focus of your career? This may actually have a very big impact on you because when you're trying to learn something outside of these basic principles, it can be a pain in the ass because these are structures that have been studied over many periods of time. For example, I am in love with backend development, okay? I find it so cool. I've been doing a few things, but nothing really got my mind as happy as backend, okay? So guess what? There is knowledge behind backend that you just wouldn't be able to get off the top of your dome by just making something. So look at this, roadmap.sh. This is like the community resource that everyone uses, and it's arguably the best it gets. And anything that's not on here, you're gonna run into and search up. So you may know how to code, but guess what? You need to understand how the internet works, HTTP, domain names, hosting, DNS, browsers, and how they work, right? That's pretty basic knowledge. But listen, people who want to get into this stuff may not even know how to do that. So guess what? They throw you an article. They throw you a few of them, and they throw you videos if you're a visual learner. Boom! Solutions are out there. You just have to want it bad enough. The next thing I would most definitely never do, and I tried it out actually in some earlier projects in my life, and let me tell you, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know what I even did. I don't remember anything I learned. Do not use AI when you're trying to learn something. That's like doing your homework by searching up the answers and showing your teacher and being happy with the grade you get. Like, buddy, what happens when you're in a production situation and you need some realistic, authentic code that you can explain? But seriously, this shit can hurt you, bro. It can really hurt you so bad. I've made a few projects with a little bit too much AI influence, and I couldn't even explain to you why some of them worked, and that's embarrassing. You're supposed to be the guy who's working here. Why don't you know what you're doing? And I actually made a video on this, and it was pretty controversial. But yeah, Claude will make you its bitch, and it'll do it so fast. It'll gaslight you. Oh, you're so correct. I'm sorry. You're actually in the right for this really stupid stuff you showed me. Yeah, something along those lines. Okay, the third thing. Now that you have your basic knowledge, then you want to do your projects. Listen, projects are going to take you a lot further because there's a difference between knowledge and like using the knowledge. Intuition inside of your programs means a lot more than knowing what to do on paper. Sounds a little bit interesting, but just hear me out. For example, you see 5 numbers on your screen stored into a list. How do I go through all these numbers? Do I do a while loop and wait until there's no longer an index? Or do I do a for loop because, well, there's just an easy way to go through all the numbers? You do a for loop. Well, let's say you have a shit ton of requests coming to your server and you need to balance it out somehow. You do a load balancer. And there's like some basket robin algorithm. I forgot the name of it, but there's some other techniques you need to do. That logic is perfectly captured by learning backend. And the same thing applies to other situations, and that will actually just help you out. In order to learn these things and know when to use them, you're better off just implementing all of them. And that's perfect because then you know exactly what to do. And if you want to make a goated ass project, you're going to know what to do. It's a win-win here by a mile. Now this fourth one, I cannot stress enough. Make a social media page, share what you do. The stuff you do means a lot more than what you might think it does. Because your friend might give you a thumbs up reaction after you've spent 5 hours on your terminal editor written in Rust. But seriously, that can mean so much more to a group of people on the internet who give way more than a flying fuck about what you're doing. For example, I'm in a program that turned my subscribers into Pokemon cards. That's pretty stupid. Well, if we go to my video, it's not the most viral video ever. I have 6-7 subs. That's funny. We go over to my video and it has 500 views and 31 likes. So 31 people like that. That's more than one. And there you go. That's some progress. And number 5, oh my god, this one means so much. Find something you're actually interested in and then make codes out of it. It's cool to look at all the stuff you first see when you're learning the code. Oh my god, a maze solver, a web scraper that runs concurrently, a workout tracker, a finance tracker, an automated bot. These things are pretty much, everyone knows how to do them. So think about what you know how to do already and then make something out of it. And of course, you can clone SMAPs, but I mean, the ones that truly stand out have value and they're unique. And it's gonna be pretty tough having passion for an idea that you got off an AI chat. Like seriously, let's go try it out. Let's go to the good old ChatGPT, and we're gonna go over here and type, give me 10 project ideas to implement in Go so that my recruiters are happy with me and they think I am unique. I spelled unique wrong twice. So let's see what they say. A real-time distributed job schedule, peer-to-peer file sync, self-optimizing API gateway, distributed internet monitor, microservice framework, real-time compression proxy. These are cool, they're unique-ish, but they're really generic actually. When you add your own character to it, like, hey, a real-time job scheduler. Maybe I can make one and implement it in my own project revolving a childhood image gallery that has captions that I like with a CLI for some reason. I don't know, dude. It's random stuff, but it has value because childhood memories. Maybe you can have a browsing feature so people can look at it. I don't know. Because a lot of my family's things are stored in discs because we're pretty old. Well, I'm not old, they are. That's mean, sorry. Okay, now that this point's out the way, this one I sincerely mean. Please do not fall for the gimmicks. What's a gimmick? A gimmick would be that fat ass Reddit mod going up to you being like, yo dog, do you know why you aren't making a bag right now? Do you know why you're broke and you're in the basement? It's not because of your terrible coding skills. It's not because you don't know how to make friends and socialize. It's actually because you don't use NeoVim with these macros that actually generate a PDF file of my program in reverse order in another language in 2 seconds. That took me 2 weeks to set up. I don't know, it's a bullshit example. Like, there's just obnoxious things out there that people will praise as if it's like the next Jesus. Like, brother, your key map binding on NeoVim that can take live pictures of your toenail clippings is not going to get you a job. Sorry, that gets me a little frustrated because I fell for that shit. I was like, yo, NeoVim's the stuff, bro. Maybe everyone's going to think I got hella bitches if I show up with a NeoVim. No, it's quite the opposite. I use Windows and VS Code. Does that make me a loser? No, I make programs that do stuff. There's really niche cases to where Linux makes more sense. I have buddies explaining to me all the time why Linux can be better in some cases, but for most people, you'll be fine with Windows or Mac. And in the workforce, they use a lot of Mac. But the perfect paradigm does not exist. There's not a perfect language. They're literally philosophy. And functional versus object-oriented programming, brother, there's no right answer. Can people stop saying there's a right answer? Do you use a pointer or a reference in your C++ code? Brother, just make my program work and I'll give you money. Well, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope some of you learned some ball knowledge and I'm glad that you stayed here until the end. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe because I had a blast typing out all of this on my screen. No, I'm playing. I love what I do. I love the game. I love everything. And I love you guys. So thanks so much for watching. Take care.